Okay. Hello and welcome to Empower Hour. We have Miss Carolyn Mcgraw. She's going to be our speaker today. Carolyn Mcgraw is an expert in positive possibilities. She empowers entrepreneurs and speakers to up-level their confidence in their personal and professional life to make a bigger impact. Carolyn is a motivational speaker, a national best-selling author, and a storytelling pro. She combines a master's degree in education with 15 years of experience, helping others overcome challenges as a clinical hypnotherapist and life coach, which I know for a fact her hypnotherapy works. She's phenomenal. Life on Purpose is the name of Carolyn's TV show on the Women's Broadcast Network channel. She has been featured on many TV and radio shows. For the over 20 years, she has taught school working with at-risk youth and specialized in emotional intelligence, creating her own Healing Hearts curriculum. I need to see that. I don't think I've seen that before. I think that's wonderful. And she mentors and coaches teens and adults with her genius alignment method. Please help me welcome Carolyn.
Thank you. Happy to connect with you ladies tonight. And I was going to share my rose that I got today with you. My husband gave it to me, and he doesn't usually give me flowers for no reason. So I immediately said, "What's this for? Why are you giving this?" Well, guess what? It's our anniversary, and I'd forgotten. So that was a little embarrassing that he always remembers. So, yes, we are in uncertain times right now. We're having to redo our lives, to reorganize, reprioritize. But good things are coming out of that. It's giving us the time to work on what's most important. And it's forcing us to live more from our heart, think more from our soul. And that's where miracles happen. And I just love watching and noticing miracles happening all around us. So I want to talk about, how challenging times or trials can launch us into our purpose, the meaning in our life, and what we're supposed to be doing. And, with all the interferences and all our time going in, that interferes with us, tuning into our heart and knowing what's our path maybe can interfere. So Oprah said, there's no greater gift you can give or receive than to follow your calling. And that is what you were born to do. And so I love that. I love that discovering what our purpose is and finding that way that why we're here. And some people know what it is and some people don't. And I was just going to ask you ladies, do you happen to know what your purpose is? Why you do what you do?
I'll go ahead and go first. Mine is I want to help the world. Like straight up, I want to help the world. Make it a better place, coach people to be coaches, and just help the world. You guys?
Well, actually, I'm a veteran, and I'm also a veteran service officer. And my job is to help veterans with their benefits and file claim. And this has been my dream job. I used to work in a lab in a hospital, and I always wanted this job. And once my son graduated from college, I was able to take a job with less pay, one that I loved, that I coveted for years. So I just love it. It's not a job to me. It's something I really enjoy doing.
That's awesome, doing what you love. Not right. That many people get to do that.
That's sad.
Nice. Kelly?
I guess mine would be the helping. I'm just a tipper. I'm always there. It's like, oh, we need for help between Garfield Element and Power Hour, help my son school with the yearbook, my job, which is to help people in its own way find their homes, which I was finally able to get into with my agent. So I think just helping. I've always been that way. So I have a job I love now. I'm able to still flexibility to do all these things to help through all these different aspects that I wasn't able to do before. So
Yes,
I
yes.
love that.
Yeah,
I love it.
that is a gift. Yes. Thank you for
So
sharing.
yeah, I'm definitely thankful for that.
Mm-hmm. So many people, they fail to recognize their gifts, what, their God-given gifts that they have. Maybe they ignore it, or they didn't have anyone to help them develop it. Or hiding your gift. Some people hide their gift. They don't want people to know. They're afraid of criticism or judgment. But when you hide your gift, you hide from God. And so today I want to share 3 things with you. First, of how your gifts can lead to your purpose, how you can recognize your purpose through your gifts, and also what is maybe interfering with your greater purpose, the things that drain our energy. And then I'm going to show you a hidden gift that you have that maybe you don't know about. So I'm going to tell you about my journey of finding my gifts. And that was around when I was 12 years old. I realized I had a gift for public speaking. And I got lots and lots of compliments when I first spoke to a large group. But what I remember is after, when a woman called me on the phone to compliment me and to encourage me in my gift. And so I remember that feeling. It was very empowering, and I wanted to be an encourager of other people's their talents, and I wanted to notice and encourage them. So around 16, I had my debut of my second talent, and that was when we were sitting around the kitchen table with my family, and my brother was around 8 years old at the time. I noticed that every night he was getting funnier and funnier. He was cracking jokes, like on the spot. We were laughing, we were crying. It was hilarious. And, I had this, urge to, like, I need to tell him that he has a gift. So after dinner, I pulled him aside and I said, Lincoln, you have the gift of humor. And you make people happy, and you need to keep doing that and use that. People love that. And, I appreciate it. It just bonded our family, together in laughter. And so can you guess? I didn't know that one comment that I would make, where that would lead my brother. So can you guess what profession he chose?
Stand-up comedy.
Exactly. He's a professional comedian, and he's actually made money as an actor. And I sometimes I can predict the future. I told my mom one day we would see Lincoln on the big screen, and we did. He's been in movies and TV and commercials, and he even teaches comedy improv. And I met one of his colleagues, and he told me, I learned everything about comedy from Lincoln, and he went on to big time movies and commercials. I see him all the time in different commercials. So years later, I asked my brother, I said, do you remember when I said that when you were 8 about, that you have the gift of humor? And he didn't remember, but I'll take some credit. I'll take some credit that leading him towards his path. I don't know. Maybe I had something to do with it a little bit.
Absolutely.
So our gifts begin with a spark of something that we enjoy, something we're good at, something that comes easy to us. And that's where our genius is. Our genius is when we're in the flow, when we're using that we can bless other people. So when you combine your gift with something that you have a passion with, you're blessing other people. And one gift can lead to another gift. And my gifts led to my third gift I want to share with you. But that came in a very painful way. And that's why I'm sharing is why I do what I do, is through this gift. So have you ever noticed, have you ever been like in a really challenging time in your life, and you just didn't think you could make it through. It just was going to tear you apart. Have you been there before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that happened to me a couple years ago, and I wanted to share this with you. I was teaching high school English in a kind of the ghetto. These kids were out of gangs in jail. And it was the most difficult job I ever had, but the most rewarding. And so in the flavor of that, in kind of spoken word, I want to kind of put you in the feeling of where I was, kind of through a spoken word, which I'm going to share with you. And it goes like this. Stepping over dead cockroaches into my classroom full of angry, dysfunctional students, yelling, cursing, sleeping. I was a high school English teacher. Losing my sanity with these students out of gangs in jail, breaking up weekly fights, had taken a toll on me. Great, now I have PST, along with the rest of them. Crying at my breaking point, dying to yell out, I quit. I prayed for help. And then I heard these words, wouldn't it be a shame to quit before it really got good? Yes, divine inspiration came down and saved us, writing your feelings out into poetry. Healing Hearts curriculum was born. First assignment, write a love letter to yourself. Kyrie wrote, look in the mirror, really look at yourself and give yourself a compliment. You can't love someone else until you love yourself first. Next assignment, write down what you want to heal in your heart. My students gave it a try and unleashed the pain in their heart onto paper. Feeling lighter, feeling brighter, writing about the grief of losing his stillborn son, one student said that writing this tribute to his son helped him more than counseling did. Another student wrote a 7-page poem about the journey of forgiveness to his abusive father. We discovered 3 things together. Writing is healing, healing is and speaking is empowering, and sharing your story can change lives. The last part of the story is that we went on to go on TV and commercial and churches and schools, and my students were getting standing ovations. They began to see themselves differently. They began to share their story and their message with their poetry, and to be heard for the first time, and to have a tool to release their emotions was life transforming. I had one student that was so shy, and she just giggled and giggled. And finally, when she spoke, she let out the most beautiful, uplifting prose that she went on to be on TV and share her poetry. And so the last part of the most sweet part of the story is Kyrie out of jail for armed robbery. He said to me in front of the class one day, Miss Carolyn, you need to know that the kind of person I was before you met me, you wouldn't want to know me. He said, you changed my life and I love you. My heart, my reward for going through this struggle of going to this job I didn't want to be at, this place I didn't want to be at. And these dropouts taught me a lesson, through this filthy cockroach-infested classroom, that there is beauty in your pain. We all go through challenges and trials to learn about ourselves, to be strengthened, and to share our wisdom with others who are going through difficult times. And everyone has a gift. Everyone has a story. And ladies, your hidden gift, your hidden talent is your personal story. You have a story that could inspire other people, a time when you overcame a challenge and that maybe someone else is going through, that you can share, that you can write, that you can speak and promote a message of hope to others. So there was a woman on Facebook that messaged me, and after I had posted that I'm speaking on genius alignment, how to align with your genius, and tapping into your innate God-given gifts. And she said to me, Carolyn, I've been looking for this. I've been searching for this. This is like an answer to my prayer. I'm looking for, how to use my gifts and, what my purpose is. And I said, sure, yes, I can help you. I'd love. So I work with spiritual entrepreneurs that want to inspire, that want to lead, that want to make a bigger impact. And the problem I see when I meet these women at networking, that they're lacking confidence. They have self-doubt. They don't have anyone encouraging them. They're not believing in themselves, but they've got this awesome story. They've got this amazing story and their gift and talent to bless the world with. And so, what if there was a way to break through this lack of confidence, this low self-esteem? And that's what lack of confidence is. It's low self-esteem. And what low self-esteem is a lack of self-worth. And that comes from our childhood, of what our parents said or what our teacher said, that we have this voice running, this inner critic voice that's not even our own voice. It's like, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not worthy. That we have that interferes in our relationships, that interferes in our health, interferes in our goals. And, that there is a way that to quiet that voice, to kick that voice out, and to come to the truth of who we really are, what we were born with. And that's what I call my genius alignment, is like a recoding of the mental chatter and replacing it with the truth and empowering beliefs about how amazing we are. So, it's about raising your self-worth. It's about, expressing yourself through your talents and to reclaim your vision. I work with some women and they don't know what, they're lacking meaning in their life. They don't know what they really want to be doing. They're not satisfied with their jobs, and they're looking for something. And so I help them step into their power, help them find what create their purpose statement, and encourage them to use their gifts and talents and share their own story and experience with other people. So I had an experience I want to illustrate with this. Is I once was speaking in front of a group of teachers, and I said one line. I started with one line, and I was shocked to what happened. In 15 seconds of starting my speech to these teachers, I got a spontaneous standing ovation. And I think it might have been the way I said it, but the message is the point that I want to make it's kind of cute how I found this. So I said this quote that I found on my sister's pillow on her bed. It was embroidered on this. And when I read this quote, I said, oh, I love this. I love this message. I'm going to take this to my heart. So I memorized this out. Someday I'm going to use this. So you want to hear what I said that got a standing ovation?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I said this. I said, I may not be totally perfect, but there are parts of me that are excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I got my standing ovation. And that's the point. We have excellence. We have this brilliance. And we downplay it. We try to be modest. We don't celebrate our greatness. And we have a treasure inside, and we're so focused on our weaknesses and what's wrong, and we just kind of gloss over that, and we don't even accept compliments sometimes of our brilliance. And so I love that we need to, and that's what I do, is I coach women on believing in themselves, building their confidence, changing that mindset to a love set and unconditional love. So one thing that I use is this book, Feelings Buried Alive Never Die by Carol Truman. This is an amazing book because it comes into what, the emotions that get stuck from our childhood as running, as I was saying, running our life that is subconscious that we don't know. And that you have to do your emotional homework. You have to pinpoint, what is it? What is that pain that, your father said that hurt you, that's keeping your voice stuck, that's keeping you from shining brighter because you were told something, and that is affecting your health and your well-being and your relationships. I work with women, and they end up with amazing relationships and finding their soulmates, even because we have to go back to, what was that relationship that hurt you? What the father's relationship with their ex husband or boyfriend that hurt them. So we have to go through that to clear that, to release the emotions, to get to your brilliance, because it's being drained. You're being drained. You're being held back by that. So I had a client that went through my program, and when I met her, she was so shy. She could barely even speak. I could barely hear her. And she told me she wanted to be a motivational speaker. And I said, wow, this is going to be a lot of work. She had a fear of just having a conversation. And so that's what we did. We went through this book. We had to find out where's the core of this fear. And we had to go back to her childhood and find that she was made to feel that there was something wrong with her speaking. She wasn't speaking properly. There was something wrong. So she had this, there's something wrong with me all her life. And she realized this was holding her back personally and professionally. And she decided she wanted to conquer this fear, that she wanted to make an intentional change. And so she came to me, she wanted to do some speaking, and she had volunteered herself to speak in front of 250 educators. And I thought, wow, this is one brave lady, first time speaking that she's going to do this. So we had to do some emotional release work. We had to release some of those beliefs that something's wrong with her, bring in some empowering beliefs, create an affirmation for her, went through her speech, gave her feedback, and she was ready. And so I couldn't wait to hear what happened. So I gave her a little pep talk before she went on the stage and did her affirmation and just visualized her being successful. Visualize people coming up and congratulating her and hugging her and getting more speaking opportunities. And that's exactly what happened. She said she was more excited than she was nervous. She remembered her affirmation, and she just got out there and she shared the story of her greatest fear. Here she was in this moment, ready to conquer her greatest fear, and how she went about it. So at the end, she got a standing ovation. Her very first speaking opportunity, she got that standing ovation, and people hugging her and asking her to come speak at other places. And, that was just so wonderful for me to see her in just a short time, build her confidence. And then her business improved, and her relationships improved, and her health improved. So, conquering our fears is the message. What is it that's been holding you back? And now you have some time. You can journal. You can write down your emotions and feelings. You can, work on, in my work, I come to two things with everybody. Whatever the issue is, it's love, self-love, and it's forgiveness. It's forgiving those people who have hurt us in the past. It's forgiving ourselves for holding on to that. And I see miracles happen when people are able to do that, to forgive and come to love themselves. They, their light shines bright. Their intuition strengthens. They're open to opportunities. They find their path and their gifts come out. And it's just pretty miraculous seeing what happens when people do their emotional homework. So, so what did I want to share? So as entrepreneurs, to just recap, that we can be encouragers to other people. We all need our own encouragers, cheerleaders, for ourselves, to ourselves. And we need that person that's there cheering for us, pushing us out of our comfort zone. You got to push that's how you grow. You have to be pushed out of your comfort zone. And using our gifts, our natural gifts. Right now, people are needing that, your positivity, your kindness, your compliments, your humor, your appreciation are all gifts that you can give and share with other people. So my gift to you is that I'm creating, helping you create your purpose statement, and what that is with your own unique gifts, what's important to you, your passion in creating that purpose statement, so that you can then help guide you to break through, what's been holding you back, what's keeping you stuck. When you have the bigger vision of your gifts and talents leading to your purpose, there's just so much joy. There's just so much joy that happens. And so I want to leave you with one last strategy, and it's a little guided meditation to reboot your genius flow. And this is something you can do every day. This is something you can do to replace those anxious worry thoughts. And it's just a minute or two that you can do. I like to do it before I get out of bed. And so I just invite you now, it'll just take a minute to just close your eyes and take a deep breath in, and breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. And just let your body relax. To let your neck relax, your back, your shoulders relax. And just tuning into your heart. Breathing and relaxing. And if you could just put your left hand on your heart space and your other hand under your belly button. And just tuning into yourself, who you are. And the first thing is to think about what you're grateful for. Just really what you are appreciating right now in your life. And just really expand that gratitude. Let that gratitude grow until it's all encompassing all around you. And then pulling that gratitude into your heart, into your body. And that gratitude raises your vibration to attract good things, positive things, your heart's desires in gratitude. So just sending out that gratitude to your family, to your home, for all the blessings that you have. And just breathing into that gratitude. And now feeling the hands on your body. And just imagine that a light coming out of your hands into your body. And feel the warmth and the light going in, and the love. And just letting the love from yourself, let your body feel that love. Just loving yourself up. Accepting yourself the way you are. Honoring yourself. Respecting yourself. Unconditionally. Just let that feel so good, just appreciating who you are. And breathing into that. You got to fill yourself up with your love, and then you have more love to give. And the last part is making your intention, the intention of what you want to create, what you want to feel, what you want to be in your life right now. And you could just state that, I intend to, and what it is you want to create. More love, happiness, health, success, prosperity, connection. And so now, taking another deep breath. And oh, that feels so good. That's just feeling so good. More oxygen, more love and gratitude. So I'd love to hear from each of you what your intention is, what you want to create, what do you want to feel and be in your life. Stephanie, can you share with us what your intention is?
My intention for right now, at least, is to get healthy, like have my body get healthy again, and recuperate completely. But in long term, my intention is to touch the world by speaking and coaching people and helping people. But my biggest intention right now is just to get my health back in order because I'm struggling.
Awesome. And as you work on yourself, you work towards your goals without even trying. You work towards being able to serve in a bigger way when you are putting that attention and that love on yourself and rebuilding. That's where amazing things happen. So, awesome priority. Yes. Jerry, how about you?
Actually, that was my thing too, is getting healthy. But I love what you said to her. That's wonderful. And then just to spread love, and share it with other people.
Yes.
The word of God,
Yes. Amen. Amen.
Right. Thank you.
So that's why that meditation is so important, to take that time to love you. And when you're working on your health, that's showing love and respect to your body and just having that intention. I am tending to have more vitality, more energy, and that then your goals become easier. Like, oh yeah, and your choices that you're making become easier in alignment with what you're intending.
Right. Thank you.
Kelly.
My intention is to be more focused so I can be more prosperous as far as just my life in general. I've just, like we all do, I have just so much going on. I just need to focus on what's important.
Yes.
He feels part of that, and son and family and everything else. So just focusing on what's important.
Yes. So my brother taught me this, Lincoln. He said, MIT, most important thing. And that's what I started incorporating in conversations. What's the most important thing that we need to talk about? I start my day. What's the most important thing I need to accomplish today? Because we can get all these things happening, all these things going, but if you start out with what's the most important, is it working on exercise? Is it working on new recipes to improve my diet? Is it working on connecting with children and relationships and clearing things up? So you wake up and ask yourself, what's the most important thing? And then that kind of leads your day, that makes sure you cover that, and the rest of the day is fine. So there you go, my friends. Remember gratitude. Remember self-love. Be an encourager. Find someone to encourage you when you're feeling down. Take time to write. Writing is a great release for emotions. And share your story. Think about a story that you have that it can inspire someone else.
I love it. I love it. Does anybody, Carolyn, would you mind answering questions if anybody has any questions? Does anybody have any questions for Carolyn tonight? No? Okay. All right, great. Okay, so in that case, wonderful. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes. I real quickly wanted just to throw out there, so we just talked about our intentions, right? So that's huge, right? And during this period, and this is something that I've really been thinking really kind of a lot about, is where we started with this pandemic, right? With everybody being stuck home, with stock markets having an interesting go, with all of these different things, something I'm really kind of focused on is how can I make myself better in this time period right now than when I started, right? And one of the things that I am really focused on, so I ended up going to the hospital like right as this all started, pretty much, right, Kelly? Wasn't it right around that time?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was very
Oh,
close that time.
no. Stephanie, what happened?
Yeah, I ended up having to go to the emergency room, and I was in the hospital for 3 or 4 days. I can't remember. So I'm still trying to get healthy again. But one of my biggest things is trying to get healthy for sure, and because I like to be able to breathe again and stuff. But one of the thing is how do I improve continuously without hurting myself, right? And so one of my things is I'm trying to learn something new every single day. Like I learned how to draw Minnie Mouse with my daughter the other day. Like something so simple, but it's easy to do on YouTube, and it was 10 minutes. But I never knew how to draw Minnie Mouse, so I thought, one more thing to improve. Or we reorganized pretty much the entire house due to Kelly here. There's just all these different things that I want to improve upon, but not kill myself trying, right? So is there anything you guys are working on that to where you're going to be stronger than when you started in this pandemic?
Well, I started exercising, getting back on the treadmill, right? So I did the, second day. My granddaughter came and walked with me today, but I'm going to focus on that. By the time this pandemic's over, I'm hoping to be stronger.
Yay, I love it. That's the best.
Yes, it is.
Me too. That's mine too. I started exercising. Oh, now I have time to do it. I can't, as I've been putting it off. And, I'm so grateful for that time to put that into my habit, my new habit. And, that I'm grateful.
I love it. I love it. Miss Kelly, do you have something that you're working on?
Well, I'm just working on, I guess, obviously exercising is part of it. I started to for the gym, but I'm working on different ways I can exercise like in my house, because I always am circuit for my child over here.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Chris.
But yeah, I think mine's probably right now just learn healthy ways and exercise that I can do it at my house.
I love it.
I was always like, I have to go to the gym. Well, I'm learning there's stuff I can do at the house as well. So
I love it. All right, ladies. Well, then I'm glad everyone's doing so well, like working toward a common, like a goal, and trying to be stronger than you were before. Let's do a quick picture. Can everybody do a quick smile for me real quick, please? See if I can get it. Oh, yep. My camera's going to be in there, but okay. Okay. Excellent. I think half my face is showing. Okay, perfect. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for being coming to Empower Hour. Thank you so much for Carolyn. Thank you, Carolyn, for speaking. You're phenomenal, as always. And as always. And if there's anything you guys need, please follow up with us. We're always here to help at Empower Hour and the Butterfly Element. And we always, don't ever feel like you're alone. So if you get to a point where you start feeling alone, please follow up with or contact Empower Hour or me or anyone, because we never want anyone to feel like they're stuck or alone right now. So all right. Thanks, ladies. We appreciate you all, and we'll talk to you later. Okay.
Thank you, Stephanie, for all you do. Appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you all. Yep.